Hey guys, it's Bub here, and this we're going to be taking a look at Lite11, which is actually a custom version of Windows 11 that I found on archive.org. This is meant to, in a way, be a competitor to NTDev's Tiny11 by stripping out all kinds of unnecessary features and things that would typically come in Windows 11 to create a ultra small install package. This ISO, or not this ISO, the page claims to make this an 8GB Windows install, which isn't great, but it's obviously smaller than your typical Windows install. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. It looks like as soon as we boot into the ISO, we already get the setup as starting screen, which, alright, here we go. So this does look like the latest Windows 11 installer, except it doesn't feature, it doesn't have the TPM requirements or the RAM requirements, because this virtual machine does not meet those requirements at all. And just like that, setup was much easier than it typically would be on a clean install of Windows, and we are now installing Windows 11. Alright, and here we are. Let's go through the out-of-box experience. I am glad that we can go through an out-of-box experience because some of these custom Windows ISOs actually don't let you go through it. They'll just automatically take you into the desktop. So this is one thing that I do like about this. I would hope that it's a very stripped down version of the out-of-box experience, like it's going to bypass the Microsoft account stuff, all that other extra stuff that they throw into the out-of-box experience. Truthfully, I think Windows 11 has really went downhill. There's a lot of additional stuff that really shouldn't be included. Let's just go back to the Windows 7 days where your computer came with the absolute necessary stuff and Purple Place and just call it a day. Alright, and here we go. So it's asking us to create a name, so it did skip the Microsoft account stuff. We're going to call this Lite11, or maybe I should go back and actually call that Lite11, not Lite1. We're going to skip the password for now, and it should, okay, so there's the privacy settings, so that is all still here, unfortunately. We should be getting brought into our desktop here very shortly, and then we can take a look at this operating system in its entirety. Alright, and here we are. First of all, I do like this background a lot. Let's go in and take a look at this post setup folder. So we can see that we have install with WinGit, Brave, Files, Firefox, GitHub, Chrome Beta, Chrome, NanaZip, Nilesoft Shell, Start All Back, Visual Studio Code, and VMware Workstation. Quite honestly, I don't see a need for any of these. I really don't want to install any of these, so we're going to skip that. Although I am curious, I know it says install with WinGit, but if I just double click one of them, is it going to actually do it? Or probably not. It probably needs something from WinGit, I would assume. Yeah, it does. Moving on, we have OS tweaks, including uninstall Edge. So by default, Edge is installed, which I do like Edge being installed because, I actually do like Microsoft Edge. But I don't like its boot up sequence where it actually kind of freezes your system because so much crap is trying to open. That's not fun. So thanks Microsoft for that. Moving on from that, we have verbose login, web search to enable or disable, which would be this web search right here. We have the Windows 11 context menu. By default, it does appear to be on. And then we have Windows Defender on or off. Then we also have two more wallpapers for Windows, or Lite11 rather. We have this one right here, which I do like a lot. And we also have this one, which I don't like this one as much as the first one, but hey, to each their own. There are two more additional wallpapers. Then we have the Lite11 OEM information, which I'm sure we can add that. And I bet if we go to About This PC, it should show up here. Yep, it appears to at least show something here. And we can go to Online Support and even open Internet Explorer, which I didn't know existed. Oh, it just takes you to their Discord. Okay. So, this is Lite11. Let's take a look at RAM usage and CPU usage before we actually dive into the operating system. Now, this is a clean install of this operating system with VMware tools installed. So we're using 18% of our CPU, 6%. Looks like we're idling about 5%. And we're using 1.1 out of 2 gigabytes of RAM. As for our storage, we are using just over 11 gigabytes, or maybe 11 or 12 gigabytes of hard drive space. That is not 8, but hey, stuff happens. So this is based off of, I believe, Windows 11 23H2. Yep. And I believe this was compiled in December. I could totally be wrong there. Let's see if I can find out here. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But the post setup files are dated December 13th, 2023, so I would assume that it was actually created at that time. Going into our start menu, we can see by default we only have Microsoft Edge settings and File Explorer pinned, which quite honestly is all you really need. And going into all apps, we can see very minimal stuff installed. Accessibility, Calculator, File Explorer, Get Started, Microsoft Edge, Microsoft Store, Notepad, Paint, Photos, Settings, Snipping Tool, Terminal, Windows Backup, Windows Security, and Windows Tool. And quite honestly, that's all Windows 11 needs. I don't really see a need for the other junk that comes included with this operating system. Just for fun, let's see if we can still get Windows updates, because I know quite a few custom distros break that to avoid Windows potentially breaking the customizations in the future. I know Tiny11 used to. Okay, so it does look like it is working. So, that being said, this was just a brief overview of this OS. Like I said, I find a lot of crazy stuff on archive.org, and I'm very happy that we found this, because this actually appears to be a half-decent distribution of Windows. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. That being said, I'll see you all in the next one.